Okay, one thing I'm not able to see anyone names. Any reason why? Okay. Okay, so all of you class need to do one thing. Like all of you have installed Anaconda. So what you can do, go to search, and just like I told you yesterday, you need to enter Jupyter, Jupyter space notebook. Jupyter space notebook. Space as in like space bar. Okay, so you have to enter it. Okay, and press enter. Okay, so what will happen? A particular tab will open in a new window in a browser, whichever is your default browser, Chrome or Safari or Edge, whichever you're using. Okay, in that automatically a window will open, and then we have to proceed from there only. You can create a new notebook. Let me just share my screen, so all of you will be able to see it. Is my screen visible, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Okay, so what you need to do, you just need to go like in whichever folder you are creating your codes, there go to new and click on Python 3. Okay, so a particular separate tab will open, and here we are going to continue our code. So yesterday class, the last topic that we covered was your comments. Okay, so we are going to continue
Yes,
from
sir.
there only. Yes.
In my laptop, Python, after that Python 3, IP kernel, something is there extra in the bracket.
It is fine, no problem. IPY kernel, it is fine. Okay class, so once you open this, okay, so you can start this here. Okay, so next topic that we're going to cover is class input output in Python. Okay, for example, like if you want to give some input, as in you want to take some data from the user, okay, or user want to give some input to the code, so that is your input. And output means when we want to see the output from the code, whatever the code is processing. Okay, and in that, let's say we want to see the output, so that is your input output in Python. Here our class, when we suppose there is a variable with us, x is equal to 0. Okay, now we want to print the data which is present inside this variable. So there is a statement called as print function. Okay, we write print and then parenthesis, and inside the parenthesis we write the variable whichever we want to print, like this. Or suppose we have data directly. Suppose I am printing 0 directly, so I can write print 0. Okay, it will work. Suppose here you can see class that x is present as a variable. Okay, when you simply write a variable like this, okay, like without any quotes or anything, so automatically it acts as a variable whenever you're writing any alphabet. Okay, now suppose class here I am writing print x in quotes. Either I can use single quotes or I can use double quotes also, same thing, no difference at all. So here you can see automatically that x will be printed as it is. Here this x is acting as a data, and here this x is acting as a variable. Okay, this is your data directly and this is your variable. That is the difference between them. Okay, now suppose you want to print multiple things at the same time. I can write print. I want to print 0 also. Then I want to print, let's suppose I want to print hello also. Hello here is data directly. Now I want to print x also, x variable also. So I can write here x. Suppose I want to print something else, maybe something else literally. Okay, so here you can see class, as soon as I run this code, okay, how to run that code? Either you can click here on the run button, or what you can do, you can press shift plus enter. Whichever cell you want to run. Suppose you want to run this cell, the top one. So just press shift plus enter. Shift plus enter. So here you can see we are getting an output hello 0 something else, and automatically space will be there. See, I am giving space. This is just for representation purpose because the code looks good. Okay, this space that we are getting in the output has nothing to do with here. Okay, here what happens? this comma, wherever there is a comma in the print statement, automatically it will put a space there automatically. So hello space, then 0. 0 is basically the value of x variable, and then space, then something else. So this is how your print function works. Now, next is your taking input from the user. Taking input from the user. Suppose I'm taking, when we take input from the user, so some data is coming inside the code, right? So obviously you will need some variable to store that incoming data also. For example, I'm taking two numbers to add. So I can write here fn as in first number is equal to input. Okay. I can write simply input. So if I run this cell, you can see it is now expecting an input from me. I will enter, let's say 98. Okay, so here you can see class fn is 98. Okay, now I will write here, let's say I'm taking two inputs from the user. Fn is equal to input, Sn is equal to input. So in this case, to differentiate between the two inputs, suppose if you want to give some instruction also to the user, if you want to print something on the screen while taking input, so what you can do, you can here inside the parenthesis, this is called as parenthesis. This circular brackets are called as parenthesis. These are called as square brackets, and these are called as braces. Braces, this is braces, parenthesis, and this is bracket. Okay, square bracket or simply bracket also you can say. So I'm going to write something input. Suppose I will enter here, enter first number. Here I will write enter second number. So you can see when I run the cell, it is asking for the first number. I will enter, let's say 78 or maybe 7. Okay, and then here I will write maybe 8. So here you can see fn is 7 and sn is 8. Okay, so this is how we take input from the user. Next topic class that we're going to cover is your data types in Python. Now when we talk about data types, okay, when we talk about data types, here you can see there are numeric data type. Okay, numeric data type is again of multiple types, such as your there is your integer, there is your float, and there is your complex number. Okay, and there is Boolean, there is string, there is list, there is dictionary, and there is set. Now what is the meaning of this class? What is the meaning of data types? Okay, suppose you are taking some data from the user. Okay, either the data can be present in integer format. Maybe you're taking marks from the user, right? So marks can be like 78 maybe. Okay, suppose you're taking marks. Marks can be in the form of this also, 78.5. So this is called as an integer. Okay, and this is called as float. Suppose you're taking name from the user. Okay, someone enters names. Let's say someone. Okay, so someone will be present in string format. So this is your string format. Okay, 78.5 is float. Okay, and 78 is your integer. Okay, so what happens class? Why we are studying these data types? Because different types of data, okay, have different types of operations. We can apply different kinds of operations on different type of data. Plus, second thing, different types of data take different amount of memory space in the computer. Okay, so that is why data types are important. So let us see first one class, your integer data type. Your integer data type. So what happens in integer? Simply if you write here, let's say I is equal to 34, G I1 maybe. You can take anything, any variable. I am just to explain, I am taking I here. Okay, I can take here maybe 67. Okay, or I can take a very big number also, that will again be an integer only. Okay, so if you check here, if you want to check the type, okay, data type here, so you have to write type of I. So it will show you I, int means integer. Type of I1 will also show you integer. Okay, next is the class float data type. Okay, float is basically 22.65. Okay, so here you can see, if I write here, this is ref data type. If I write here type of f, so it is showing as float. Simple decimal numbers are basically your float data types. Next is your complex numbers. Okay. Complex numbers is basically, suppose I am writing c is equal to 2 plus 3, 2 plus 9, j, for example. So in mathematics, we studied this 2 plus iota 3. We used to write it like this, where iota is a imaginary number which is basically equal to root over minus 1. Okay, so here instead of I, in Python we represent j. Don't use any other variable, it will throw error. Only j can be used here to implement complex numbers. So if I write here c and type of c, which here shows complex. Next is the class Boolean values. Okay. Now what is the meaning of Boolean values? Boolean means, okay, Boolean has two values, either true or false. So you can see b is equal to true. Okay, let's say b1 is equal to false. Only two values are possible in case of Boolean values. Okay, so if I write here type of b, it will show me bool, means Boolean. Next is the string data type class. In string data type, okay, basically anything in string, anything enclosed within quote or double quote is taken as a string in Python. Anything at all, no matter what, anything at all enclosed between quotes will be taken as your string. So if I write here s is equal to hello, so here you can say type of s is string. If I write here s1 is equal to double quotes hello, and type of s1, this is also exactly same, without any change, without any difference. Single quote, double quote, string is same. There is one more type, that is your triple quotes. Suppose you want to make a string of multiple lines. Okay, so you cannot do them using your, suppose I will write this. So here you can see it is string and error. String and error. So if you want to create a multi-line string, suppose you're writing as house number, okay, is equal to 90, okay, or some seat, some society, okay, then here you will use triple quotes. Okay, now class, you have two options. Either you can single quote 3 times, or you can use double quote 3 times. But remember, in the starting and in the end, both the places, it should be same. Here also, if you're using double quote in the starting and also double quote, single quote in the starting and also single quote. Some society, and then I will put comma, and then here we'll put, let's say, some city, some pin 000000. So I will, okay, here you can see I have completed I have ended the triple quote in single only, and here if I write here print of s2, so you will get this. Now class, suppose if I write simply s2, okay, now see in Python specifically now we have to use print statement. Okay, since we are using Jupyter notebook here, that is why Jupyter notebook allows us to, like, if you want to see any data from a variable, okay, you can directly mention the variable and run the code, it will work. But in other IDs, in other softwares, you have to write print statement completely, only then it will print the value of the variable. Here I am writing s2 simply, so here you can see data is same. The only difference here, it is writing in 2 lines, here it is Here it is writing a single line with a slash n in between, slash n. So here class slash n means enter key. Slash n means enter key. Suppose I am writing here print hello world. So here you can see it is printing in single line. But suppose if I put a slash n here, backslash n. So here you can see it is now printing in two lines. Hello slash n means new line. Okay, so this is a string class. Let's continue. Next is your list data type. Next is your list data type. What happens in case of list? Okay, let me write one thing here. Just give me a minute. Okay, these are called as actually sequence data types. And these are called as non-sequence data types. Okay. Now these three are. I'll explain the meaning. What I am trying to what I am explaining here. Ordered. And these two are unordered sequence. Okay. So sequence data types, non-sequence data types. What is the meaning of sequence data types? Your string. In case of string, here you can see class that we are creating a collection of characters. Collection means a sequence of characters. Here we are creating a sequence of characters, multiple characters. Okay, H, E, L, L, O. Here H and O, space is also character, equal to is also character, then space, then 90, then comma is also character. Everything here is a character. Dash is also character. So everything here is a character. When we enclose them in quotes, then it becomes a string. And it is a sequence. Sequence means collection of characters or collection of elements, collection of something. Okay, so string is an ordered sequence. Next is the list class. Okay. What happens in list? Suppose you write here L is equal to list is basically collection of homogeneous or heterogeneous. List can be homogeneous also, it can be heterogeneous also. That means the elements of the list can be same also, the elements of the list can be different also, completely dependent on your application. No problem at all. Now, list is a collection of homogeneous or heterogeneous elements. That means suppose I am writing here 1, 8, 0, 5, 6.3, true. Here you can see different data types are present inside the L list here. So if I write here type of L, you'll get a list. You'll get a list. So because there are multiple elements, one element, two element, third element, fourth element, fifth element, sixth element. So multiple elements are there. If we check the length of list, okay, length of list, it will give us 6. Similarly here also, suppose I am writing S. Suppose if I write here len of S, so it will give us 5. That means 5 elements are there. Remember class, len function is going to work only with ordered sequences. Only going to work with sequence data types. Sorry, it is going to work with sequence data types only. That means all 5 of them: string, list, tuple, dictionary, and set. Len function is going to work on all of them. It tells us that how many elements are there in that particular sequence. Okay, be it string, be it list, be it tuple, or be it dictionary or set. Now class, let's move on to next. And list are majorly same. Suppose I am writing this same data inside a tuple. So here we write T is equal to, we put the data inside parenthesis. Same thing, rest all is same. The only difference is here you can see difference. That's one difference syntactically is basically that it uses brackets and here it uses parentheses. Okay, this is one syntactical difference. There is one conceptual difference also. That means that is your list is mutable in nature. List is mutable in nature. That is, list can be modified. Your string is immutable. String cannot be modified. Once you create a string, you can overwrite a string completely. Okay, but you cannot modify an existing string. Okay, without, suppose you want to, there is a string with you, hello. Okay, and you want to change H to C, shallow. Okay, so this is not possible in case of string. But in case of list, suppose I have data here 6.3. Now instead of 6.3, I want to store here at exactly this place, let's say 87. Okay, so I can change that whenever I want to. This is that is the difference between your list and tuple. Tuples are immutable. Tuples cannot be modified. List can be modified. Otherwise, rest all is same. Here you can see same collection of elements. Tuple is there. Next is a class dictionary. Now, what happens in case of dictionary class? Dictionary is basically, it is first thing, it is an unordered collection. Dictionary and set are unordered. Unordered sequence. That means if I write here dictionary, D is equal to, okay, in dictionary there is mapping. That means there are key and value pairs. Suppose I write here key,
Sir,
colon. Yes.
sir, as per Python 3.7 onwards, dictionary is no more unordered, sir. It is ordered.
Above 3.7.
Yes, sir. From Python 3.7 onwards, dictionary is ordered.
Dictionary is ordered, then that means indexing should work, right?
Sir?
If dictionary is ordered, then indexing should work, right? Is indexing
No, sir.
working
Indexing
here?
is not there. Indexing is not there. Sir, in unordered, before Python 3.7, when you print a dictionary, then you will get the key value for page in an random order. But now we are getting in same as it is.
Okay, I will get back to you on this once we covered indexing. I will explain what is the reason. Okay.
Okay.
So here class. Okay, in dictionary there are key and value pairs. Okay, this whole thing is a particular item. Suppose I am writing data about a student. Suppose I write here D is equal to, I'm writing name of the student, colon. Let's say I will write name as maybe someone. Okay, and then I will write age maybe 13 and comma, let's say location. So here you can see this whole thing is a dictionary. This whole is a dictionary. If we will check type of D, it will give us dict. That means dictionary. Now this whole thing is called as an item. So there are three items here. One item is equal to key value pair. So here name is a key, someone is value, and values are mapped to keys. Keys are not mapped to values. Values are mapped to keys. That means if you already have the key, you can access the value. But if you have value, you can't access the key. Vice versa is not allowed. If you have the key, we can access the path, we can access the value. How? Simply, let me just show you. Okay. If we write a D of name, Python is case sensitive, remember. So it will give me someone. D of name will give me someone. If I write a D of age, it will give me the age of the person. 13. Okay. So this is your dictionary. Next is your class set. Now, the only difference between set and list is that here you can see class, suppose I am creating a list here. Let's say L1 is equal to 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, Okay, so here if I write L1, here you can see it is still a list. Okay, and if I show you len of L1, so it is giving just 9. That means there are 9 elements here. Now in case of set, the difference between list and set is that every element of a set is unique. Every element of a set is unique, completely unique. That means suppose I am creating a set, this same data, let us take in this same data. Put this in braces. So here you can see as soon as you run this code, so only 1, 2, 3, 4 will be stored. All the repetitions will automatically get deleted because when storing data, set will always keep a single value of each data. Each data. Suppose I'm writing here 1 in quotes also. 1 in quotes. So here 1 in integer and 1 in quotes are two different data, completely different data. Okay, so if I run this code, you can see both of them are string. Okay, so your len function will work on this 5 data types: string, list, tuple, dictionary, and set. Okay, dictionary for now. Okay, your dictionary and set both are unordered sequence. Okay, your rest all boolean, complex number, float, and integer, we don't talk about unordered or ordered because they are not sequence. They are not sequence data types. There is no collection of elements, and hence your len function will not work on this non-sequence data types. Len of integer, it will not work. It will throw error. Okay. Now class, next topic is your type. Type conversion means converting the data type of data or variable from one data type to another. Suppose class, I have an integer with me x is equal to 90. And now I want to convert this data into string format. So what I can do, I can write here access is equal to anything like any variable, maybe q is equal to str of x. So here you can see automatically q will become a string value. I told you that wherever there is a code, it is string. So it becomes a string value automatically. So this is called as typecasting. That means converting the data type of some data. Okay, but always remember that typecasting is possible only when the source data is compatible with the destination data type. Suppose I am writing here class name equal to someone, and if I want to convert this into an integer, I write here int of name. So it is going to throw me an error because name cannot be converted to string value. So it can take integer only and only. Okay, similarly, if I want to convert something to float, then also, and every data type can be converted. Okay, so your int is there, for float is there, for complex is there, for string str is there. Here you can see it is changing the color also. Str, list, tuple, dict, set, bool for boolean. Okay, so this is how your each and every data type is converted into another data type, provided it should be compatible. Okay, let's continue class. Types of operators. Now class, there are all in all that we need to cover. There are 6 types of, in all there are 7, but in the course here we are going to cover 6 of them. Okay, so first one being your arithmetic operator. Okay, arithmetic operator, which is simply used for general operations. Plus, minus, multiplication, division. 4 of them. Then there is your assignment operator. Okay, there are more arithmetic operators I will cover in a while. Okay. Assignment operators are basically used to assign some value. One thing, I will explain them on the arithmetic operators class. Suppose I have a variable x is equal to 3. Okay, and y is equal to 7. Now if I write here z is equal to x plus y, so this is a simple addition operator. So z is then will become 10. Similarly, your x, y, okay, similarly your plus is also there, plus I have shown, minus is also there, subtraction, multiplication and division. All 4 of them are there. Okay, apart from these 4, there are 3 more arithmetic operators. Okay, there is your power operator, there is your floor division operator, and there is your modulus operator. How they work? Suppose if I am writing 5 star star, I will get 25. Basically, power 5 raised to the power of 2. Okay. Then modulus operator class. Modulus operator gives us the remainder when two numbers are divided. Suppose you are dividing, let's say, suppose you are dividing maybe 11 by 3. Okay. So what will you get? 3 into 3 is 9 and 2 is the remainder. So whatever you will remainder we will get here, we can check that. 11 modulus 3 will get 2 because 2 is the remainder. Okay, so this is how your modulus operator works here. Modulus operator class will be used is used a lot for odd, even these numbers. Okay, if you want to check a particular number is odd or even, a particular number is odd or even. So for an even number, when you divide the number by 2, okay, we will get output as 0. Okay, and for an odd number, when we divide by 2, we will get output as 1. Okay, odd and even. Okay, next is your class floor division. In case of floor division, we always get a we always get a whole number. Okay, when we divide 2, suppose I'm writing 7 divided by 3, we'll get 2.3333. But if I write here 7 floor division 3, so we will get 2. That means it will just convert into whole number only. Okay, it will remove the float part, it will remove the decimal part from it, it will just give us the whole number. Okay, one more thing, whenever we are dividing numbers in Python, so no matter what, you will get the output in always float value. Suppose I write here 8 divided by 2. So ideally the answer should be 4, but we will get 4.0. But the answer we will get is 4.0. The answer will be always in float value. Okay, in floor division, it depends on the input. Suppose I write here 7.0 / 3. So I'm getting 2.0. If I write 7 / 3, I will get integer only. Since there is a float value in the input, that is why float value in the output. Okay, integer value in the input, integer value in the output. Arithmetic operators class. Next is your assignment operators. Assignment operators are again here 8 of them are there. Equal to, plus equal to, minus equal to, multiplication equal to, division equal to, power equal to, floor division equal to, and your modulus equal to. How do they work? How do they work? Let us see. Suppose you are writing x is equal to 40, x is equal to 4 is there. Now, if you want to add one value, so here you can write x is equal to x plus 1. This is called as this. In this particular case, this when we add something to a variable and save it inside the same variable. Here we are adding 1 to x and saving the answer in the x variable only. So this is called as incrementing. We are incrementing the value of x by 1 when you add something. Okay, and when you subtract, so we say we are decrementing the value of whatever variable by that number, by 1 or by 2 or whatever you are adding or subtracting. Okay, so here class, if you run this code, so here you can see x becomes 5. Now this same code can be used by writing incrementing operator, that is your plus equal to. So here you can see x was 5, the current value of x was 5. Okay, and when I increment it by 1, it will become 6 now. Okay, similarly all of them you can use. Okay, all of them that we can work like this. Okay, and single equal to, basically because we are using, when you write x is equal to 4, so we are assigning the value of 4 to the x variable, so that is why equal to is also an assignment operator. Next is plus. Comparison operator. So total 6 comparison operators are there. Your less than, okay, your greater than, your less than equal to, your greater than equal to, equal to, not equal to. Okay, now when you write single equal to, it is your assignment operator. Double equal to is comparison operator. It means we compare. I write x equal to 4. Now I want to compare if x is 4 or not. So I will write here x is equal to 4. So here you can see we are getting a true value. Either it is true or false. Whatever we are checking, either it is true or false. Suppose I write here x not equal to 4. It will give us a false value because x is equal to 4. But if I write x is not equal to 90, then it will give us a true value because yes, x is not equal to 90. Similarly, all of them will work. X is greater than 1. Right? So x was 4. So x greater than 1 is true. X was 4, x less than 2. Because x is 4. So 4 less than 2 is obviously not true. No? Okay, so this is where all the comparison operators work. The output of, remember class, the output of a comparison operator is always going to be a Boolean value. It is always going to be a Boolean value. Okay, great. This is a greater than equal to, either greater than or equal to. Suppose if I write here x greater than equal to 4, here also true, x greater than equal to 3, sorry, this is less than, not greater than, less than equal to 7, again true value, because yes, because yes, 4 is less than 7 or 4 is equal to 4. Both the cases it is giving us true. So any one of them should be true. Either less than should be true or equal to should be true. Any one of them. Similarly, greater than, equal to us. Next class, your logical operators. Logical operators are 3 types. Your AND operator, your OR operator, and NOT operator. So what is the meaning of this class? AND, OR, and NOT. These 3 operators means that we are going to see, and logical operators can be applied on Boolean values only. Class AND operation says, according to AND operation, it says that if we are giving true, okay, let me create a table which is called as truth table, which is called as truth table. Okay, suppose this is your input, A and B is input, okay, and this is your AND output. Okay, this is your AND output. So AND operation says that there are two inputs, so only four conditions are possible. Either both of them are false, or this is false, this is true, or this is true, or this is false, or both of them are true. Only four conditions are possible. So AND operation says that the output of an AND operation is going to be a true value only and only when both of the inputs are true. Otherwise, it will become a false. So true and true will give us a true value, but otherwise, in rest of the cases, we are getting a false value every time. Only when both the inputs are true, then we will get a true value. Suppose if I write here class true and true, so we'll get a true value. If I write here true and false, we'll get a false value, because see, true is true and true and false is false. And operation. Now there is one more operation called as OR operation class. OR operation says that the output is going to be true when at least one of the inputs is true. The output is going to be true when at least one of the inputs is true. That means here you can see one of the inputs is true, so output true. Here also true. Here both of the inputs are true. Both of the inputs are true, so true. Here where in the first case there is no true value, we will get a false value. This is AND operation and OR operation. Okay. Then there is a third is the class NOT operator. NOT operator is just inversion. Okay. True ka false, false ka true. Okay. Suppose if I write here NOT of true, false value will get. Okay, and NOT of false will get true, because it will invert. It will complement it. Okay. True gives in NOT operation. True gives false, false gives true. Simple. Okay. So let's continue class. This is your logical operators. Okay, or B, let me show you. If I write here true or false, I will write true. Here true and false, we are getting a false value. True or false, we are getting a true value. Okay. Plus, so this is your logical operators. Logical operators done. Your comparison operators done, and your okay. Next is your class bitwise operators. Bitwise bitwise operators class. Okay, normally there are of 5-6 types. Okay, 6 types actually, but we are going to cover only your 2 types that we need in this course. Rest all are majorly not used in here. So first is your bitwise AND class. When you write A and D, this is your logical AND. When you use ampersand symbol, okay, this is your called as bitwise AND. Okay, and your bitwise OR. Okay, bitwise OR, bitwise AND. So what happens in case of bitwise OR and bitwise AND? Whenever we are working on this, suppose I write here 12 bitwise AND 9. So I will get an 8 value. How it is working? Bitwise AND operator will basically convert the decimal values into their binary equivalent. Suppose 12 is there and 9 is there. If I convert 12 into their binary equivalent, so 12 is basically your 1 1 0 0. 9 is basically your 1 0 0 1. Conversion from decimal to binary numbers. Okay, decimal to binary numbers. Now then we will apply ending here. So 0 and 1 is plus, false means 0. Okay, true means 1. Okay, so 0 and 1 is ending. We are doing ending now. So 0 and 1 here is 0. 0 and 0 is 0. 1 and 0 is 0. 1 and 1 is 1. So output, or if I convert this binary to decimal again, we will get a 8 value. And this. But if you implement OR operator here, bitwise OR 9. So let us see what should be the output. 1 1 0 0. And 9 is 1 0 0 1. So if we apply ORing means 0 1 0 and 1 OR is 1, 0 0 is 0, 1 0 is 1, 1 1 is 1. That means when we convert this back to 2, this will become 13. 8 plus 4 plus 1, 13. So if you run this code class here, you can see you're getting a 13 value. So these are your bitwise operators. Next is class your membership operator. Okay, they are of two types, in and not in. How do they work? Suppose membership operators are used to check if a particular data is a part of a particular, is a member of a particular sequence or not. Suppose we have a list with this class, okay, and list is storing some names of some students. Suppose I am writing name is equal to student is A, second student is B, third student is C, fourth student is D. Four students are there. Now if I write here E in names, it will give me a false value because E, there is no one with the name E inside the names list. If I write here B in names, I will get a true value because yes, B is there in the names data type. Sorry, names variable. Okay, so membership operator can work with your all the sequence data types, all 5 of them. Your string, list, tuple, dictionary, and set. All 5 of them, it will work. Okay, opposite of this is not in. Suppose if I write here the same thing, if you write E in names, it will give you a false. But if you write E not in names, yes, it is not there. E is not there in the names, yes, it is correct. So it will give us a true value. But if I write here B not in names, I get a false value because B is a member of your given list. Okay. So this is your class all about your types of operators in Python. Okay, so today we have covered class 3 topics. Okay, we have covered type conversion, we have covered types of operators, we have covered data types, and we have covered input output. Okay, IO in Python. We covered data types. Typecasting. Conversion, same thing guys. Next we covered here types of operators. Okay, so this is all your about your operators. So one thing here class, let me tell you, when we are taking input from the user, suppose I write here name is equal to input enter name. I am entering Harshal here. So here you can class what happens if we check the data type of name, it will be string value. Suppose I am writing here marks is equal to marks. Okay, so here I am entering 78. So you can see if I check marks also, type of marks, it will still show us string. So whenever we are taking input from the user in Python, okay, Python 3, whenever you're taking input from the user, the data will be stored in string format always, no matter what, always. Okay, so that is why we have to typecast. Suppose I know that the user is going to give me integer. So this same code I will write like this class. This same code I am going to write like this marks int, then input this. So whatever data I will enter, let's say I will enter here 75 and I check here type of mark, so it will give me int. Okay, suppose if I write here type of marks string value, because marks is stored in string data type always. No matter what you are entering, it will be stored in string data type. So we sometimes we kind of fix. If we know that whatever the user data, whatever data the user is giving, it is going to be integer only. So we directly typecast. If we are not sure, then don't typecast. If you are not sure, you don't typecast. If you are sure, then you can typecast into that particular data type in whichever you need the input in. Okay. So yeah, that is all for today class then. Okay, we are going to start a new topic tomorrow then. Tomorrow we will be starting with your, yes, we will start with conditional statements and loop statements. This topic we are going to cover tomorrow. Is there any doubt anyone in whatever we have covered today?
So if
This
you
what?
use more than one hash and then run it, it will become bold like the command.
No. When there is more than one hash, you have to convert this into markdown also. Yeah. If you write triple hash or whatever you will write, and you run the cell, it will still become it will remain a code only. But if you want to make it like this, okay, if you want to make it like this, put a dash in the starting. If you want to put it bold, okay, like this here. So single hash means like most bold. Okay, double hash means little bit less bold. 3 hash, 4 hash, okay, like that. So here you can convert this into, here go convert to markdown and then run. So you can see now it is your board. And this is not part of the code. Python will completely ignore this. Because we're writing a Jupyter notebook now, so it is kind of a notebook. So we can create notes also if you want to insert the notebook itself using markdown. Any other doubt class?
What what's that symbol? Just now it came on
Sorry.
a symbol came on the screen just now. After that,
This symbol.
yes.
You can leave this symbol. This is basically because of browser. This symbol is coming because of the browser. You can leave this. Any other doubt class in whatever we have covered today?